I define impact investing in social entrepreneurship really in the terms of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals and what we call the triple bottom line. Because many times people try to, align it with nonprofit work and say, oh, it's the exact same thing. So I usually kind of focus on that end to separate it. And the triple bottom line, we call that people, purpose, and planet. So impact investors are those who invest in businesses that are focused on a social cause or sustainable development goal. And while they're concerned about the financial return, they're also very much concerned about the impact that that business is making on the community and making sure that that business is having a positive impact and not harming people and not harming planet. And so it's the same thing with a social entrepreneur. They start a business for a profit, but it's focused on a social cause or a sustainable development goal, and they're looking at that triple bottom line. So a business that doesn't harm people, doesn't harm planet, but also makes a profit. And so I use the example that most people know, Tom Shoes. You sell a shoe and then they give a shoe away. And then also right here in Atlanta, we have a company called Gooder, where they take restaurants good food that they would normally just throw out, and they're helping that company with their food waste. But then they take that good food and build meals and provide food for those who are experiencing food insecurity. So it's a way that they're making a profit, but they're also addressing a social issue. And then now we have this new corporate structure called Benefit Corporation that is popping up in states to really separate these social ventures from, your regular S corp or regular corporation. So that's kind of how I define it.
Yeah, I'm glad you gave examples, because I was going to be like, can you tell me an example? And I worked with the Emergency Food and Shelter Board for a period of time, and Meals on Wheels started to also sell. They would sell to certain people. So there's certain people who got the Meals on Wheels and then they would sell. And that was a way to kind of help them be self-sustaining. So kind of looking at that way of making that work. And so talk to me then about the narrative that you're bringing to light. Like, tell me about how you talked a little bit about the white savior who comes in and saves the day versus, things that are being done within social impact. So unpack that a little bit for me and give me some examples and how you're working to write that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, many people still don't really know about the social impact sector. It's still kind of like, when I talk to people, like, well, what is that? Right. So, still only a third of the global startups in the world are social impact ventures. But out of that, like I said, less than 1% of Black and Indigenous social impact ventures get funding. And then when you look at the executive leadership of those ventures, less than 10% of those social impact ventures have a person of color in executive leadership. So, there's disparities all around here with the funding, with the leadership, with those who are in the community doing the work. But, we understand that we have a saying that those who are closest to the problem are usually closest to the solution.